And now we have Blue Thunder that has arrived.
So we have to do a little bit of fine adjustments on this, and we don't know if it's because of our bumper. It's different than maybe a stock one because it has the M-Tech bumper on the rear of this car. So it doesn't fit proper right here. This actually slopes up and out, and this is a perfect 90-degree flat spot. So obviously,
here's through your exhaust.
Huh?
I can hear you echoing through your exhaust.
You can?
Yeah.
Hello down there. No, it's this. It's this.
Oh, is this?
Yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
So we got a bendy. It's my fine adjustment tool.
So we got this beautiful piece here from Mishimoto. It is oil cooler adapter for our S54 for S54. So this goes right where the factory oil cooler does and lets you run two AN lines, 10 ANs, which we have a 10 AN oil cooler, which is going to be mounting in our front grille here. You just take this little guy and you stick it right on top of that guy.
On day who knows what.
We lose track of time during this here pandemic.
It's 2 days after Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna start referencing our days now. So we got a nice little bracket made for our oil cooler. We have our sweet little oil cooler adapter that we got from Mishimoto over here. Little billet boy.
Billet
Oh yeah. So Crickett whipped up this nice fancy bracket for us right here. Solid CAD board development, which puts our oil cooler right up here in the grill. Still leaves plenty of flow to our condenser fan and everything like that. So now I'm just finishing making our last hose that we need to run the oil cooler. And then this thing is pretty much ready for paint. Crickett's got to make a few more tacks on the exhaust just to fit up the last little piece of the V-band.
And one more hanger and we're good.
And then one more hanger, yep. And then we're gonna take the exhaust back off. Probably take a lot of this stuff back off, like our nice new plastic shrouding, because we don't want to get any overspray on anything. We're probably gonna take all the fenders off too, if I'm being honest, because I'd rather him paint the fenders off the car and paint the car, and then we can put the fenders on the car.
That's a good idea. It's really good.
Give it to him in pieces, he doesn't have a choice.
That's true, and no hardware to put it back together.
Don't give him the hardware.
I had just lose it, and this is nice hardware. See, they're not self-tappers anymore, boys.
Yeah.
They got them nut certs. Minimal nut certs too. You don't want to overdo it. There is such thing as too many nut certs.
Mm-hmm. Crickett knows. So he gets a forearm cramp. That's when it's too many.
Who put a fucking phone back here?
All right. So the factory fuel system in this car is set up a little bit differently than the E36 is. So what we did is we got the E46 fuel pressure regulator. We mounted it right down here, right to the side of the frame rail. So that's what I'm doing right now, is running the vacuum line from the intake to our fuel pressure regulator. Then here we used a 300ZX fuel filter because it's compact and we have a nice little mounting bracket for it in line right before it feeds up to our common rail right there. So It's looking like most of our fuel system is put together finally, so we can pop some gas in it, turn the pump on, prime it, maybe even hear this thing run today.
Ooh.
Should be exciting.
I gotta bolt the exhaust back
See
up
how many
though.
check engine lights we get.
All of them. We have successfully finished the exhaust for Blue Thunder. We ended up going with Megan headers, and what I ended up doing was the headers are 2-inch, and we wanted to go back to 2.5-inch exhaust. So we did some expanders to go from 2 to 2.5. Put on some 2.5 V-bands. So have this set up, all welded in. Goes right back to a single. Had to make our Y. All right, so we got those from Megan. Had to weld on the expansion, you know, 2 to 2.5, whatever you call those things. Act like I fabricate or something. Make the Y, bring it all the way down. We get some nice hangers and the factory bolt holes right there. So ended up doing that, and I mean, this thing is solid. You can hang from it, or I can at least. Ended up doing another Y in the back, right next to the diff. And our clearance is really good, actually. We have just a little bit, about 3/8 of an inch on each side from the control arms. And then got some more hangers in the back. Went from the factory subframe. Ended up bolting those on, so this is all hard mounted. And then went with the dual exhaust Vibrant mufflers. And took a day and a half, 2 days to do the exhaust. But I had to start everything from scratch. And, you know, there was a lot of other stuff we had to do. We had to shuffle around Barryon's car because we finally got our flywheel and stuff in. But back to this one. Then we're gonna roll this bad boy out. It's gonna go to paint, and then we're gonna work on a customer's car. Full chassis harness for Chris. It's an LS swap. I gotta do another exhaust on it. Apparently, the only thing I gotta do is weld it together because most of it's already put together, but I don't know if that's gonna work. It usually never does. You always have to come up with something else. So, this is leaving. We're gonna start something new. And stay tuned. When this comes back from paint, she's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait. And then it's gonna be up for sale. If you guys are looking to purchase a kick-ass Euro spec E36 4-door, ready to drift, but also has air conditioning and power windows. And I believe it has a radio.
I can hurt you like you hurt me too, me too. We're letting go, drifting apart. We're letting go, drifting apart. I can hurt you like you hurt me too, me too. We're letting go, drifting apart. We're letting go, drifting apart.
We're here at WG Auto, where Wilson's hooking us up with a nice shiny new paint job. We've made some major progress since the last episode. I've been doing speedy things in the Rave Cave, aka boring website stuff. And Chris and Crickett have been working their magic. They've made a fan shroud, they've done the air intake manifold, they've done some other custom bits along with the exhaust. And there's a nice custom shiny exhaust front to back now. It looks ace. Once the paint job's done, we're gonna move on to doing some other little bits and finishing it up, and then we should have it started.